The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast. Before we start the podcast today, a little bit of constructive criticism. We're staging.
I don't like this.
We're staging a little bit of an intervention.
Okay, who for?
For you, Guy.
Why for me?
Well, because there's something that you do which has come to the attention of not just us, but the listeners as well.
Yeah.
It's to do with the text machine.
Okay.
Which, if you were to say what it's doing on a daily basis, what is it?
It's most days Clint is blowing up.
So
And
it's
you
pretty
say
much
that
every day it's
time.
blowing up.
Every time.
Text machine's on fire.
No, you never say that. It's always the text. And it doesn't even sound
it
like
blows
it is.
up so much,
because
though.
you don't say, oh, man, the text machine's blowing up. You're like, oh, the text machine's blowing up.
but then some days you.
What do you know? The text machine's blowing up.
Some days you seem surprised as well. You're like,
Oh.
oh, it seems that the text machine's blowing up.
Some days the text machine, can I say this, it's a bit of a boy who cried text machine blowing up type situation. Because sometimes the text machine actually is blowing up, but you guys don't realise that because I say it every time.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
And this is behind the radio curtain. Come behind it with
Pull
us.
it back.
Podcast listeners.
There's no pants back here.
There is no text machine.
Dum, dum, dum.
The text machine is a website.
It's a crappy Dell computer with a Samsung laptop screen for me.
And it's not blowing up.
No, it is. It is blowing up, though, eh?
Well, this is the text message that we got just before.
It said, if Guy says the text machine is blowing up one more time, then I am going to blow up.
How good is that? I'm going to make a woman explode because the text machine, guys, it's blowing up!
Enjoy the podcast.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the edge.
Today we launch a brand new feature. It's called Weekend Confessions. And not only does it have a great soundtrack, it's your chance to get something off your chest from the weekend and to confess to something bad that you've done over the weekend.
And if you would like to call us, you're more than welcome. 0800 The Edge or text us to 3343, or we're getting some great ones on Twitter. Just use the hashtag GSC Show. But before we get to the phones, we have to go to Guy Williams, who has apparently got quite a few.
I was in an awkward situation on the weekend at the Bruno Mars concert. And this happens to me sometimes where I try and tell a white lie to get out of a situation. And basically we were discussing ways to make the concert get there faster by entertaining ourselves. I said we should all start a massive conga line. And then I said, but then again, if it's just me and you, bro, this random guy I'm speaking to, people will think that we're gay. And then he said, I am gay. And then I said, oh, that's cool, I'm gay too. No! So I tried to pretend that I was gay to try and make this situation less awkward.
And did he try and pass?
And my confession is that I'm pretty much 100% straight. I'm a little bit gay, don't get me wrong. I used to be gay back in the 90s, but at the moment I'm straight. So I'm sorry about that, bro.
Oh, we need to get away from here. Let's go to the phones.
Let's go to the phones.
Welcome to the show, Sophie. What is your weekend confession?
I was really naughty this weekend. I ate way too much food than I should have.
Are you doing a special diet at the moment, Sophie?
Not really special, just trying to be a bit healthier. And that completely got ruined.
Where did you go wrong, Sophie?
I don't know, somewhere between the Macca's, pies, chips and chocolate that I hadn't eaten in like over a month.
Yum!
Don't you just wish that was an actual diet where you could just get thinner by having pies and chocolate and roti bread?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Well, do you feel better now that you've confessed about it, Sophie?
A little, because I hid it from my boyfriend because he thought I was doing good, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm doing so good.
Well, I'm glad you got it off your chest. Stacey, what's your confession?
Well, my girlfriend was hitting on my boyfriend at the club.
What?
So I
Hang
got
on.
pissed off with her and used her toothbrush to clean the toilet with.
Whoa!
Stacey, now to rewind a second.
Back it up.
When you say girlfriend, do you mean your friend that is a girl, or are you seeing a girl on the side?
Flatmate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought that you were like going out with two different people at the same time. Oh,
Amazing.
Does she know? Has she been using the toothbrush?
Yes, she doesn't know that I used the toilet.
Oh,
She'll
that's
know
disgusting.
She'll know now from the radio.
This makes me want to vomit, Stacey.
Hey, that is a great confession. That's a fantastic weekend confession.
These are my confessions.
Let's kick things off with Emily. What is your weekend confession?
My weekend confession. Well, I had a few drinks with a friend of mine. We did a fair amount of alcohol, and we had a threesome with a stranger.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, like
I'm speechless.
Your
Whoa.
best friend and a stranger.
Yeah, Tinder stranger, but...
Tinder.
So, did you guys just have a few drinks and log into Tinder and be like, let's find a third person?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god.
That is, I don't think I could do that with one of my best friends. Is this the first time you guys have done this?
Yes, it is.
Do you think it'll be the last time, Emily?
Probably the last time, yeah, and it's pretty good because we're still talking and there's no weird feelings or
Was
awkwardness between us.
Was it good? Was it worth it?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Wow.
Did you make a video? No, that's too far.
No, don't ask her that. Moving on. Jordan, tell us your weekend confession.
Hey, so my sister just got Snapchat and I'm kind of worried for her. So I talked my parents into installing SMS tracker on her phone.
So what does that do for people that don't know what SMS tracker does?
So it records all of her messages.
No.
Says where she was when she sent them.
This is...
How long her phone calls go for, who they were with.
Jordan, this is crazy. How old's your sister?
She's 13.
Oh, man.
It's like devil's advocate. I can understand why you're doing it, but at the same time, that's a massive invasion of your privacy. Has she got any idea that you've done that?
Maybe not.
I'm
not sure.
I feel like this is a terrible idea and you should rethink it.
Yeah, so do I.
That's just
Problem is, my dad has the password.
If your dad got the password, it's never getting uninstalled.
Yeah, never ever. Man, I hope his sister never finds out about that. And Sam, what's your weekend confession?
My confession is that on the weekend I had a dress-up party, and I was in charge of buying all of the costumes, and so I went to buy them, and they were all $50 each, and then everybody else paid me back, and it wasn't until this morning when I checked my bank account and I realised that everyone had paid me, but the lady at the shop had only actually charged me $50, so I just scored $200.
Oh!
And you're not going to tell your friends?
Well, I don't know. I'm still debating it, but hey, $200 is $200.
It's like getting an admin fee for it, eh, Sam?
Yeah.
Hell of an admin fee, though. It's 300%.
I don't think
I had to drive to the store. And
I see what you mean. Once you've got labour and then you've got your petrol and you've got... Yeah, you definitely deserve that $200, Sam. Just keep it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, maybe I will.
Oh, dodgy. That is Weekend Confessions. We'll do it again on Monday.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the Edge.
On the weekend, Bruno Mars performed 2 sold-out shows in Victor Arena in Auckland. We were really hoping we could talk to Bruno, but we didn't get the chance to.
We failed.
However, late on Saturday afternoon, we were offered the chance to talk to Miguel, the guy who was opening for Bruno.
We took a compromise.
But none of us could do it because we were all away or had something on, and so we had to rope in our news girl on a Friday, the host of the Edge Workday of Awesome, Megan and Nia.
Woo!
Woo!
Now, Miguel is best known, probably for his Grammy and for his collaboration with Mariah Carey. But in my mind, he's best known for jumping on a fan at the Music Awards and stamping on her head.
Yes.
Did you ask about that?
No.
Why not?
No. Well, this is my first time doing an interview. I think the questions I asked were more interesting.
You did more interesting questions than that.
It was a New Zealander's head that he jumped on. She sued him. How was it not interesting? I mean, the questions you asked were really inappropriate.
Pretty full on.
No, they weren't.
Well, Miguel is a notoriously sexual person. His songs are very...
But that did...
Okay, creepy Megan.
Megan, stop it. But that didn't mean that Megan had to head into this interview and open with when he lost his virginity.
The first time I lost my virginity, my whole family was there.
How old were you?
Yeah, I was 19, late bloomer.
It's a late bloomer. I thought I was 17.
Yeah.
What was that awkward silence?
Well, I mean, I think we were just kind of sitting there remembering our first times.
Why'd you need to chip that in?
You get lost in his eyes, and I felt like we had a connection, and I could have gone there.
No, but that's the thing, Megan, is that listening to this interview, you actually believed that you and Miguel had a connection to the point that you asked him what type of girl he liked, and then described yourself.
Your song "Beautiful" with Mariah Carey went gold in New Zealand. How do you define beauty?
Beauty is all about confidence, I think, and knowledge of oneself. I think it's all about vision and it's just really about confidence.
It's not about brunette, blue-eyed.
What did you do with that? Were you leaning forward and giving him some cleavage at this point? Like, what were you doing?
We were looking into each other's eyes. Well, he looked away. I was looking at his eyes. Until he just looked somewhere else.
He actually went...
This must be the most awkward situation to be in.
It wasn't awkward.
It feels very awkward.
We got along very well.
Megan, it was so bad that at one point...
No.
You started snorting.
Okay, look, Sharyn, don't. Come on.
We're definitely playing the snorting
Sharyn,
clip.
Please, don't.
We're definitely... Because this is one, to give you some background... Megan was saying rapper, and Miguel, with her accent, thought he was saying raper, and it got really awkward to the point that Sophie from JJ Mike and Dom's show had to correct him, and the noises that you can hear are Megan snorting.
Please don't.
I thought you said a raper. Annoying rapper.
Don't snort. Excuse her. Please excuse her. I'm sorry, Miguel.
Megan, that is amazing.
Play it again. Play it again.
Sorry, I thought you said a raper.
Wait for it.
Annoying rapper.
Don't snort. Excuse her. Please.
Oh, that's...
I'm sorry, Miguel.
That's incredible. First time on the job, our roving reporter Megan's interview with Miguel. Thank you so much.
You did an amazing job.
You can text us in what you thought. Rate Megan's interview out of 10 to 3343.
And that's rate, not rape. If you would like to hear the full interview, we're going to post it up at theedge.co.nz. You can go and listen to it there. Megan will link to it from the Edge Workdays Facebook page. Megan, thank you so much.
Thanks, Megan.
We have got some feedback on Megan's awkward interview with Miguel that we just played. Natalie, what did you think?
It was an absolute tears of laughter with that snorting. It's hilarious.
So out of 10, what are we giving it, Natalie?
Well, with the awkwardness, I'd have to give it probably about a 6, but definitely that snorting makes it.
A 6, Natalie.
That's pretty good for your first time. Thanks, Natalie.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the Edge.
I have been in this situation a lot, okay? And it happens to a lot of people. It's that situation where you sneak up on someone who you think is your mate, they turn around, it's someone completely different who just looked similar from behind. I witnessed a situation today that will make you tingle in your spine. All right, so I was at the... that was too dramatic. That was way too dramatic.
Is my spine going to tingle?
I was at a travel agents this morning shooting something for Jono and Ben, which is... I won't say which travel agents it was. I'll just say that it was a house where you could possibly book some travel. And we were there... And there was a woman who was... This was kind of happening in the foreground, but you could see it all happening in slow motion. There was a woman bending over to... I think she was sorting copier paper. I'm not quite sure what she was doing down there.
Yes.
Sharyn, you wanted to say something?
No, carry on.
Because this is already sounding weird. Like, what was I looking at, right? Everyone noticed it, right? It's that classic thing where the thong... Is the thong the right word for the underwear?
The G-string,
the G-banger was peeking out from the top of the jeans.
Oh, that's one of my pet hates.
You mean the whale's tail?
It's called a whale's tail. Some people would call it that. I just call it beauty, okay? This is happening far away. I did not mean that to sound so creepy. What I was trying to do there is try and make it sound nice, and I made it sound way worse than it even would. Anyway.
That moustache is making you creepier and creepier.
Anyway, another woman in the office noticed the situation happening, decided to, I think it was because we're all around and we're all joking and stuff, to play a little prank on her. She walked up behind her and grabbed the underwear and kind of gave her a wedgie.
So when you say grab, did she go out with like two hands on either side of the strap, or just one hand in the middle?
Fluid motion, just quick tug. And it was like to give her a bit of a scare. The woman goes, ooh! Like completely was caught off guard. She was not ready for this at all. And that's when it got really awkward, because she goes, everyone laughs, she turns around, and the woman who pulled the G-string said, oh my God, I thought you were someone completely different. I am so sorry.
So were they fellow co-workers?
They didn't know her She didn't know. They didn't know each other from a bar of soap.
So why? What? So the person
And she just started apologising. She started backpedaling like you would as quickly. I am so sorry. I thought you were someone else.
So the person that pulled the G-string didn't work at the house that does travel.
No.
So she
was a random, I don't know whether she was a photocopy person or what she was doing there. She was not the person she thought she was, and she's just pulled, probably, you'd feel a bit assaulted almost if something like this happened.
I would have punched someone in the face if they did that to me.
But this happens to everyone. This happens all the time. There's a number of times I go, hey, Clint, good to see you, mate. I turn around and it's not Clint at all, and I look like a douchebag.
Yeah.
This is just a way worse example of that.
It's just one of those classic guess who, not you moments. It's like, guess who? No, definitely not you. God. Hey, Claire, what's your guess who, not you moment?
I was in the shopping mall and thought I saw my partner in front of me, walked up behind and slipped my hands just inside their pants, and soon discovered when they turned around pretty quickly it wasn't him at all.
Oh my God.
Well, you first of all, why are you groping your partner's package in the mall? And second of all, how close to a grope did you get?
Why? Because I'm 23 and I can.
Yeah, girl.
No.
And what did he do? Did he appreciate the grope?
He was like, "Oh, hello," and I was like, "Oh, no, not you."
That is definitely not a good moment. Was your partner happy about it?
He doesn't know. He may now.
Good.
He'll know now, Claire, that is for sure.
If Claire was a man and she did the same thing in a mall to a woman,
God.
she would be done for sexual assault.
It would
knifed.
be real bad. Logan, what's your moment?
I think I was around 8 or 9 years old and went to the supermarket with my mum. And I caught a glimpse of what I thought was my dad. So I was like, go say hi. Went up behind this guy, hugged him and said, hey, Dad. As I did it, he turned around with the most horrific look on his face. He must have been freaking out. Like it was his long-lost son or something.
Oh, God, yeah, imagine that. That would freak me the hell out. I'd be like, hello, I'm your long-lost son. I'm just trying to buy some chocolate.
Worst nightmare. This is from the text machine, which is blowing up. I wrapped my arms around a guy who was not my boyfriend in a shop. My boyfriend gave me hell because he was Chinese and said I couldn't tell him and other Chinese guys apart.
Oh.
Worst nightmare situation. I remember I once went up behind a kid and did a peekaboo. Didn't know the kids. I didn't have this moustache, but still, a tall guy like me with glasses, it's just not a good look, eh?
Definitely not. I'd never let you near my kids if I had any.
What? I'm great with kids.
No, I wouldn't.
There's nothing creepy about me except for this moustache in the van that I own. Besides that, I'm all legit.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the Edge.
Hello. Oh, the Edge. Guy, Sharyn and Clint.
What were you about to say?
I don't know. For a second there, I thought I was answering the phone. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, It's the radio. Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the Edge. That's Jessie J. Domino. We thought we'd start putting together this list of things that you start to want in your mid-20s. There was an article posted up on a website on the weekend called thoughtcatalog.com, and some of these things are quite funny.
It's funny because this morning we were talking in the office. We got sent all these glasses from Guinness since it was St. Patrick's Day. And Kerry from our promo department, she was like, I can't take those home, Sharyn. I'm in a grown-up flat now. We have matching cutlery, and we have matching glasses and matching plates.
Yeah. So some of the things from this list, the top 21 things they said you want in your mid-20s, a job where you can wear something nice to work.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, all of a sudden you want reasons to buy nice clothes.
Can't wear anything nice to this place.
I know, I appreciate I can wear track pants every day.
Yoga. Have you ever met an 18-year-old that wants to do yoga? Nope. But hit your mid-20s, everyone's like, oh, do you want to come to yoga? Oh, I'll one-up you. Want to come to Bikram yoga? A blender.
That's a classic.
Oh, yeah, to do some juicing.
Yeah.
You get into these weird health fads, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, because your metabolism stops working when you're 25.
Your one was on there, Shaz Dog. Dinner parties was a big one.
Oh, I love having dinner parties. Having people come around. My husband cooks and I talk.
I recently bought matching towels. How bad is that, eh?
Oh, yeah.
They just have all these. I used to previously. I don't even know where I got towels from previously. I think I just found them in the bushes or something. Take them home and start drying myself off.
The one that I noticed is throw pillows. I like to have a few pillows on my bed
Classic.
instead of just the one scummy one that I use. And even worse, it's not just a pillow, the one I sleep on. It's one of those like chiropractor. Ones that they give you so that your neck's on the right angle.
You're just 1 inch closer to death, mate.
Aww.
Next thing you'll be buying your own coffins.
And a biomag.
So we thought we could take your calls this afternoon on what you think should go on this list. The things that all of a sudden in your mid-20s you start to want for some weird reason.
Matt, you've got one. What's yours?
Mortgage.
Oh, yeah, because you finally want to get your own house instead of paying someone else's mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. It's horrible.
Have you gone and got yourself one?
What's that?
Have you gone and got a mortgage?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Is
so
it-
I'm gonna be broke for the next 20 years.
But at least the money that you're spending is going on something that's yours, Matt.
Yeah, well, that's right.
That was actually something that I wouldn't have said 5 years ago.
Matt is so depressed. Matt, I feel like you need to cheer up, mate. You've got a house.
Yeah, I know.
I love Matt. If you've got one, call us on 0800 The Edge. Text us at 3343, or you can join the chat on Twitter. Just use the hashtag GSC Show.
You know how when you're like in your teens and that you just want the coolest looking boy racer car? When you hit your mid-20s, you just want something that'll start every morning.
I'm so proud of my reliable car.
And a good fuel economy, babes. Looking for that 5 out of 5 star.
Something sensible, something reliable. All of a sudden, in your mid-20s, something within you changes and your priorities shift. You go from wanting to spend all your money on beers and cask wine, maybe if you're Shaz Dog.
Well, I don't drink white wine, so you take that back.
Or cruises, perhaps.
I've always been a beer girl, but I do see where you're going with this.
I don't drink responsibly in New Zealand, and especially on St. Patrick's Day. I used to waste all my money on sneakers.
Yeah, and then
stupid.
All of a sudden you reprioritise your life and you're like, no, I should be saving some of that money, but the things I do need in my life now are radically different. You know what my life needs? It needs matching linen and a good duvet cover. I need something that goes with...
You have a good duvet cover as well. You thought that through.
Because I'm 27, and all of a sudden I'm like, I need to get myself some... I need to get my bedding situation sorted.
He also got a decent girlfriend, and so he bought a nice one before she moved back from Australia. Before that, it was RoboCop.
Angie messaged in as well, and I totally agree with her on this one. She said, art on your walls? Have you guys found that yet? I found that.
Oh, I loved it. I got obsessed.
Same. Yeah. I don't have posters anymore, but I noticed that when I go to when we did all these flat 40s in uni flats, that people still had their titty posters and stuff like that up on the wall, and I was like,
So we'll open up the phones to you on 0800 The Edge. What things in your mid-20s did you start to want?
Hey, Courtney, what's something that you really started to want once you hit your mid-20s?
A sensible car.
Oh,
yeah. Something that's going to get you from A to B, not look cool, right?
Pretty much. I got a WRX when I was 17, and I thought I was so cool. And then I was like, no, this is not going to work for me now.
And now do you have one of those cars, Courtney, that people just describe as a nana car?
I do. I have a wee little Citroen, and it's amazing.
And it's good on fuel, and it's not flashy, and it doesn't cost a lot to insure.
Exactly. It's like half the price to insure, and I get double the Ks.
You hit the nail on the head with that one, Courtney. Jason, what's yours?
First child.
What? So you got your first baby. How old were you when you had it?
No. I want to have my first one. To 27, and
hey mate,
it's time to grow up.
Just focus on getting a phone that works first, and then move on to a baby.
Jason, were you one of those guys who, up until this age, you were like, "Oh God, avoid getting pregnant at all costs. The last thing I want is a kid."
Yeah, that was one of the things, and I thought I'd never want a wife either, and now I've got one of those.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, good on you, Jason. I think that's awesome. That is really cool.
Putting a child on the list.
Rachel, what's your one?
Mine is pot plants, and all of a sudden wanting to grow a whole lot of herbs.
Oh, yeah, so that
so
you can just use your own instead of going to the supermarket.
Rachel, I'm pretty sure young people want to grow herbs as well, and I just want to say this is a family show, and you shouldn't come on here with that filth.
Buying cookbooks, I guess, as well, becoming a bit more domesticated.
God, we're becoming lame, aren't we?
I'm not. I'm still totally around. I got to go get a skateboard after this.
You're also one of those people that is still wearing a ducktail t-shirt as well.
Hey, you got me on a soft spot there. I don't normally wear ducktail t-shirts. You offended me. To the text machine, it's blowing up.
Oh, I can't hear you because your t-shirt's flapping
I'm not
at the
easily
back.
offended, but that got me. Okay, I don't normally wear this t-shirt. Someone
Wipe your
texted in
tears with your
saying,
back flat, mate.
"Please leave me alone and stop bullying me." People are texting in saying household appliances. For me, I got really excited when a landlord put in a new dishwasher. I got thrilled by that.
Yeah.
Someone had texted in saying getting excited when going to Briscoe's, which is a classic because Briscoe's is having a sale every weekend. My mum, who's 60, loves that, and I'm guessing we'll get closer and closer to that. But we called the person who was getting excited when going to Briscoe's, and they text back saying, "Sorry, can't talk now. I'm operating a bulldozer."
Oh, so they're still totally awesome. All right, hey, thanks for that. Thanks for adding to our list of those weird things you start to want.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the Bloody Edge.
Sharyn on the weekend at the Bruno Mars concert was weirdly mistaken for a lesbian.
Don't tiptoe around it. Just get right to it.
I was. And today, when I got to work, because I was sitting next to a couple of workmates, they said to me, "Oh, your friends were a bit wasted." And I was like, they weren't my friends. I'd never met them before in my entire life. So I took my sister to the Bruno Mars concert, and I was dancing. We'd been to dinner. We had a few beers, and then these girls came and sat down next to us, and they were a really honeymoon period lesbian couple. And I was like, oh, awesome. Yarning away to them, having a great time. And then it just got real weird, because the drunker they got, then the closer they got to me, I had my bum accidentally grabbed and my boob accidentally grabbed.
Accidentally?
Well, accidentally is sarcasm.
Okay.
So they were like, sorry, and I was like, no, you're not. That was definitely a grope on the old bum.
Yeah.
And then somehow we were dancing. One of them danced behind me, and then I was sandwiched having these two girls grinding up on the side of me. And I was going, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
And my sister is straight but plays professional cricket, and so she was looking at me going, this is amazing, because I get the lesbian gag all the time because I play cricket and I'm completely straight. This is the first time that it's been you that gets accused of being the lesbian. And she didn't even help me. She got up and walked away and left me there, and I was trying to get out of this like sandwich that I did not want to be the meat in.
If it was two dudes doing it,
I still
would this be horrific though?
No, I would be even more uncomfortable if it was two dudes.
Oh yeah, no, of course, that's what I'm saying. But is it okay for lesbians to do it like this?
Well, I think that they thought I was a lesbian.
Well, obviously.
And I kept referring to my sister as my sister.
I was going to say, did they think that your sister was your girlfriend?
No, I kept saying, oh, my sister and I, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I must give off a vibe or something, I don't know, but they definitely thought that I was lesbian as well.
Is it a compliment?
Oh, I don't really care if people think
it's totally a compliment.
if I'm straight or not, but it doesn't mean I want to be sandwiched by complete strangers at a concert.
They thought you were a hot lesbian.
No, but I was trying to sing "Locked Out of Heaven," and I was locked in a bad place. and I don't like being groped by people I don't know.
I was just thinking about it.
Locked in lesbian heaven.
No.
even if you
complain.
Even if you were a lesbian, you still don't like having your breast grabbed and your ass touched all the time.
No, it was because what happened was when we were in the sandwich, one of the girls leaned over to touch her partner on the shoulder and then dragged her hand back across the front of my boobs.
Classic move.
And I was thinking to myself, yeah, I know what that was. And then as I was walking past to get away, the other one grabbed my butt.
They were being creepy dudes.
They were being creepy dudes.
But they were women.
I didn't think that I encouraged this sandwich in any way. I was just being friendly. And they kept cheersing me. And now I was thinking to myself, is this like a code? I don't know that if you cheers more than 4 times, then you're keen. I don't know what was going on.
We'll have to make a not a lesbian t-shirt for you for future concerts, just so everyone knows that the boundaries are clear.
Well, the boss always tells me that I give off that vibe. Because I'm good at cricket and stuff
that is not a reason for being lesbian.
He buys into all the stereotypes, and so I was like, maybe I just give off a vibe.
We're going to get a t-shirt made for you so there's no problems in the future.
Do you know what? It just means I need a bigger wedding ring. So Bryce, if you're listening, it's time to upgrade me.
Guys, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
We want to know things that always make you sweat. So you can call us on 0800 The Edge or text us to 3343. Just to clarify, this does not mean activities that always make you sweat, like sex or going to the gym or the person that said holding on to a poo, all that sort of stuff. We're talking about situations where every single time you break out in a sweat, and this happens to me every time I have to do something in front of a smaller group of people. You put me on a stage in front of 10,000 people and have to introduce someone, fine. But every single time I have to talk in front of a radio school, so this morning I did one via Skype in front of 17 people, the entire time I was sweating like an absolute beast.
Were you wearing those grey track pants that you're wearing now?
Yeah, I wasn't sweating there.
Oh, okay.
I was sweating under my arms.
Oh, it's not like
I wasn't
a full
saying
body
sweating
sweat.
there. No, I get really sweaty under my arms, and my face gets all sweaty, and I was just really uncomfortable, and I don't know why, because it was totally fine. But the same if I'm in a situation with 4 or 5 people in an office and it's something just about me, I'll just start sweating straight away.
You just feel like a rush of heat across your body, when you're in that awkward situation. I get it, and this is weird, but I get it with police. Police have never done anything to me. They've always been lovely to me. But anytime there's a police car behind me on the road, or I walk past some police at a concert, it immediately makes me tense up.
So you have a sweaty glow on.
It just sweat comes straight out.
Get quite nervous.
Yeah, like I'm carrying drugs, which I never have.
They would totally think you had something in your bum.
And someone said that to me. Shut up. Someone just said on the text machine, that's called a cold sweat. It's not a cold sweat either. It's like you get really hot.
Like you go cold straight away afterwards, but you just feel like a flush of heat.
It's horrible. So we want to know what it is for you. Call us 0800 The Edge or text us to 3343. Fiona's on the line. What is it for you, Fiona?
I had to take my teenage daughter who had a new restricted license. I had to take her for her first few trips on the open road.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realise, but when I got there, I tried to unclench my fists and they were just sweaty as my hands were just clammy. Those going around those bends and you try not to scream, slow down.
The whole time were you like stamping on that imaginary passenger's brake as well?
I was, and I didn't, my hands were so clenched together in my lap and I was trying to be calm, and because it's all right teaching them around Auckland or whatever, but those open roads, it's a different story altogether.
Yeah, I bet, Fiona. It would definitely make you sweaty. So for Fiona, it's driving with a restricted driver. For Guy, it's police. For me, it's speaking in front of a group less than 20. What is it for you? What makes you sweat?
What makes you sweaty is the question Sharyn has posed on the show this afternoon.
My concern for Guy's moustache and ducktail t-shirts making me sweaty right now with concern.
Don't tell people how I'm dressed. The moustache is fine to mention. The ducktail t-shirt is an embarrassment. My other shirt got dirty.
It's a t-shirt with a tail on it.
I had to wear this.
I feel like it's a flap that I need to lift up and see what's underneath there. It's like a bum prize.
It's one of those weird t-shirts that hangs down past your bum at the back, but not in the front. It's like you're wearing. It's like a t-shirt version of a.
I'm taking it off. I'm wearing no t-shirt. For you guys to criticise my t-shirt.
Okay, for the rest of the show. Oh, look at your undies. Oh, you have to take them off as well.
Tuck your undies in, mate. You're all bunched up at the top.
Come on, continue with the show.
Right,
Please jump on the webcams right now.
We want to know what makes you sweat.
This is making me sweat.
Well, for Clint, it's seeing a naked male.
I'm not naked. I got a moustache.
Half naked. For Guy, it is police. For me, it's talking in front of a crowd of 20 people. We're going to go to the phones right now, though.
Yeah, who's here?
Hey, Ben, what is it that makes you sweat?
It's definitely going through airport security. I freak out every time.
Yeah.
For no good reason. I'm going through there, checking my wallet, checking my bags for anything they might have. I just don't. But every time I will search for anything that might be there.
Are you one of those people also, Ben, that always gets the bomb test done on them? Because I'm always that guy. Without fail.
What's the bomb test?
Random search.
Yeah, it's a random search that everyone with tattoos and dodgy looking girls get. But they pull you aside and they go through your bag and they wipe like this thing over the top of it. And
sense explosives.
Exactly.
But he said no good reason.
Break the sweat.
You said no good reason. That's a very good reason to sweat, because if you screw it up, you're going to get taken to a special room and possibly examined in places you don't want to be examined. So it's a good reason to sweat.
Ben, have you ever been through an airport in America before?
Yeah, I actually went through Las Vegas airport a couple years ago and went through one of those 3D.
The body scanners.
The scan on you.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrifying.
That is so.
God, that is even worse.
Your sweat would have shown up on that scan, Ben.
I was dripping.
Chloe, what is it for you?
I suffer night sweat, so I randomly wake up at night sweating.
Oh yeah.
And, like a puddle of sweat. It's really gross.
That'll be something you're doing, like something in your diet, something you're taking.
Yeah, it's medication I'm on. But
okay.
Yeah, it's really gross.
It's gross, eh? Yeah. Is it gross to admit that I used to get that?
No. Are you going to say whether, depending whether we say it's gross or not, is that going to determine your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, it's not gross.
Then yeah, I used to get
Just kidding, it is gross.
Chloe, we feel bad for you. Maybe you should get some waterproof sheets so you can just slide out of bed in the morning.
I do. It's awesome.
Text machine's blowing up, guys.
Of course it is.
People are saying things like, here's a good one. When I'm driving and I accidentally cut someone off and get beeped at, that stresses me out so much.
Oh, especially when they then drive behind you for a while as well, and you just
And a beep is just so angry. Like, I realise I screwed up. I'm sorry. I often put my hand out of the window, but it's too late. They've beeped at me and it's made me sweat heaps. People are saying the optometrist makes them sweat. For me, it's the dentist always gets me every time. Talking to my crush, that's an obvious one.
Aww.
I sweat when I go to public bathrooms. Me too. if you're a hygiene freak,
Yeah.
you don't like touching those surfaces,
Put a shirt on.
someone's texted in saying it's is my shirt stressing you out, mate?
A little bit.
Because someone texted in saying that the term we're looking for is acute stress reaction.
Ah.
Someone else said it's also called menopause. So we're probably going through a bit of menopause as well at the moment. Very interesting
I
facts
just
on the show
realised that
today.
Clint and I, through that whole thing, we were like,
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the edge.
Gather the whānau and your gaggle of girlfriends because it's time to check out the magazines.
Gossip. Scandal. Romance. Sexy. News. Clint and the Glossies.
Welcome in, guys. It's good to have you in here inside the magazine section of the show.
Sharyn, can you stop texting for
Sorry.
this important segment, Clint and the Glossies?
Sorry.
This is the segment where every Monday, the day that the glossy magazines come out, I go and purchase the best of the best and do a bit of a summary for you so you know what's going on.
Thank you for keeping us informed, Clinton.
Hey, it's my pleasure, my honour and my duty, I feel. First of all, this week we're going to the Women's Day, where Adam Paharori is on the cover. He's got a new wife, and Sharon's like, not another one. Apparently, this is his first wife.
His first wife. He's waited 43 years to get married.
That's his beautiful bride there.
can I just say, what's her name? Miller Rose.
I don't know.
She is an absolute babe.
She may
She's
be.
so hot.
She may be. But the wedding goes for 6 pages.
Amazing.
6 pages!
I didn't mind. I thought their photos were really pretty.
7 if you count the cover. Also, Chris Cairns was at the wedding, sparking rumours that the wedding may be rigged.
I thought that was funny.
Also on the cover, Sharon's a very tough critic. She's the benchmark of comedy.
I am. I keep you guys honest. I want you guys to bring your best jokes every day.
Karina and Casey, who are MasterChef contestants, they've conceded that their men prefer KFC, which is kind of a sad indictment on their cooking skills, really.
Unbelievable.
Can I just say, I really liked that the Women's Day featured the main cover was a girl with a wicked sleeve tattoo. It's not often that you see a magazine like that put tattoos on the front cover. I think that's cool.
The future. Women's rights for sleeve tattoos, I guess.
No, but it is something that you never see on the front page of a magazine. I think it's cool.
The next magazine we go to, you obviously haven't been reading Tattoo Weekly. The next magazine we go to is one I've never seen before. It's called Grazia.
Oh,
Wow.
this is a good magazine.
There's a hot new diet, and you'll be into this, Sharon. You're into any kind of fad diet.
Sure am.
This diet is called the Werewolf Diet, and the A-listers are howling about it.
Amazing.
This diet bases your food intake on the moon, and basically you can't eat when there's a full moon.
Oh my god!
Right. How often is there a full moon? How many days is that? Well, tell me the answer.
1.
1 day.
It's full.
a month.
It's either waxing or waning. Anyway, either way.
1 day.
Yeah. Celebrities who love this diet include
Shebanga.
Madonna and Demi Moore. Also in this magazine, Diddy proves once and for all that he's the least gangster rapper of all time. He's pictured with some bag-reducing iPads under his eyes before the Golden Globes.
They all get manicures as well, those rappers.
Do they? All of them?
A lot of them
You
do,
it must hurt your street cred, though, eh?
because they all brag about it. They're like, getting my manicure.
They get their nails damaged on their Glocks.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna be rapping like, I'm up in the club with my iPad on, do want them bags.
The last magazine we're going
that was
to
good.
is an absolute favourite of mine, Lucky Break. Do you guys remember when we went to Lucky Break
yeah.
last time? Lucky Break, New Zealand's #1 real-life magazine and New Zealand's least lucky magazine, Lucky Break. Okay, let's go with some of the cover stories. I went bald on my wedding day.
That's a good read.
Lucky Break. The masked stalker who's in love with me. Lucky Break.
So lucky.
If you leave me, I'll kill you. My man the monster. Lucky Break.
What? Where do they find these people? And why are they on reality shows?
Also inside Lucky Break this week, a delightful recipe for crunchy chicken yogurt. Just to offset
Chicken
all the murder.
yogurt?
Crunchy yogurt chicken.
What do you do? Like,
that's all right.
What do you do? Like juice the breast?
Chicken yogurt sounds disgusting.
Sounds salmonella ridden. That is Clint and the Glossies. Hopefully now you are better informed. You know what's going on in the world of celebrity magazines.
My brain is bigger. Thank you very much, Clinton.
I just googled this full moon situation, and someone said it usually on Google. It said it usually lasts around 4 days.
Does it?
Well, you see, was such a fiction before.
We've got to get out of here. That's Clint and the Glossies. Don't question my logic. Wind beneath my wings.
Someone tell me the truth.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Right, there you go. That's the podcast. Thank you, everybody. If you're listening to this on Monday in real time, then picture this. I'm off to the indoor netball arena.
Again?
Yep.
You've already won. You're the champion.
Yeah, I know. We're going to start a new campaign.
Oh, God. Another one.
There's only 6 days in the off-season.
Oh, bloody hell.
And now we're about to start a new campaign.
Oh,
I feel like Richie going back into battle.
Can you at least go up a grade so you don't just destroy everyone like
I feel like
Spit it out, mate. What do you feel like?
Todd Blackadder just rounding up the Crusaders for another charge at victory.
Like Mark Todd saddling up his horse before badminton.
No, it's tougher
This
than
is
that.
so pathetic. And you and I reckon if I came and watched your team one time, I'd turn out and you're playing against like some sort of small woman or like elderly people or children or something like that.
Clint's such a hardcore too because beforehand he does like lengths of the netball court, like lunging and stretching, and he practices. He's annoying.
A number of times, and I get the listeners think this as well. I've got to ask: is this true? Do you run shuttles before you start a game of indoor netball?
Yeah.
He does.
I don't. I'm going to come watch a game. I do not believe
I've
you
seen
can.
it.
I've lost most of my respect, but until I find out whether it's true or not, that'll determine whether the rest of the respect is there or not.
Well, that would mean you'd have to hang out with us outside of work, and you told us we're not allowed to contact you after 7. You said that you have to hang out with your celebrity friends.
Who are my celebrity friends? Jono.
He's not your friend.
Thanks for downloading the podcast. We'll see you later.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.